275 days ago, I started a challenge to go from a 24 handicap to scratch golfer in just 1 year. I knew it was going to be difficult. I knew it was going to take dedication. I knew there's going to be a ton of bad golf along the way, but I don't think I truly understand what it would cost me to pursue this dream. Because this isn't my full-time job. I don't have unlimited time to practice throughout the day without consequence. I still work full time, I've got an 11-month-old baby, and like anyone else trying to do something difficult, I'm constantly trying to balance ambition with real life. And recently, balance has started to feel harder than ever. If you've ever tried to seriously drop your handicap, you'll probably notice that things off the course come on the course with you, and that affects your game. The lowest I've got my handicap in this challenge is 15.8. That felt like a massive step in the right direction. But over the last month, things started going the other way. For the first time in this entire journey, my handicap went up, going from a 15.8 to 16.8. And honestly, this got me way more than I expected. I started getting frustrated and I started getting angry with myself all the time, and I was looking for excuses everywhere. I would blame the heat in Spain, I would blame the slow pace of the competition, blame the fact that there's no shade. I would constantly be looking for excuses. And yeah, some of those things are real. Playing in 40-degree heat in Spain is hard. Doing a 5-hour round during that heat is difficult, and it may affect your game, but you can't just focus on that. But last week, after speaking with my coach, I realized something that I probably needed to hear. I wasn't taking full accountability. I was focusing so much on the things that I can't control and completely ignoring the things that I can control. So today, that changes. The heat, a queue on the course, bad conditions, those are things out of my control. But here's what I can control. Turning up to the round fully prepared, getting practice beforehand, taking 3 liters of water, taking electrolytes with me, taking the proper nutrition and continuously eat around the course to maintain good blood sugar levels, and keeping my head in the right space. Let's see if true accountability changes the scorecard. Thank you for choosing to watch this video and support the channel. And if you could subscribe, that would be amazing. Okay, so here we are at my home course, playing the first hole, which is a par 5. If you've watched any of these videos before, you'll know that for me, I usually start terribly. I don't know if it's the nerves of the camera or whatever, but I usually start with like double, triple bogeys and then basically work myself down from there. Here on this hole though, I was actually super surprised that we almost got a green and reg there. We kind of just messed up the approach shot. That kind of Texas wedge has almost gone in there, and then we've tapped it in. So I think this has set the tone for the round, and I've got like a lot of energy going into the next hole now, because I've never got that good of a score on the first hole ever. It's just something about my golf, just I get first tee nerves. This almost a birdie there, and then we've tapped it in for par here. So as you can see here, I think you're going to see this throughout the video as well, my putting is so much more confident than what it used to be. Here again, I didn't have the greatest drive there, but it doesn't even matter, right? This is a par 5. This is my new thinking, right? I don't need to get the perfect line and extra distance and whatever. I just focus on the next shot. And I think you can see here I'm playing quite comfortably. So it's sat at almost a 17 handicap here. Again, the putting's coming in close. I've pushed that a bit too far. That's so unfortunate to not go in. But I think you'll agree with me that the putting is becoming a strong point in my game here. Now, in this round as well, you'll see throughout this course is a very dangerously narrow course. There's a lot of opportunity to lose the ball and take drops. So on this hole, what I usually do is I take driver and just slice it out of bounds. Here today, what I did was just take a 7-iron and just get it into the fairway, right? I was almost on the green with the second shot. And then again, just using my brushed up approach shots and putting skills to get a decent score there. Here, same again, haven't taken the driver. It's still quite narrow down there. You get a big slice and you're gone. If that was with a driver, that shot I just did before, it probably would have gone out of bounds, right? So I took the hybrid there, playing it safe. Again, I just know now that I don't need to go the extra mile to get closer. I can basically pick up the slack with these putting skills. I mean, I've kind of pushed it there, but that was a really hard uphill putt here. It's probably one of the hardest holes on the green. It's hard to, on the course. It's hard to see, but it's very slopey. Here actually, I did take the driver, but on this hole, you can't really see it in this shot, but it opens up super wide left and right. So there's not too much danger unless you slice the absolute hell out of it. I did chunk the drive, and then I've kind of gone too far with the pitching wedge. But again, another clutch approach shot, which is definitely going to help us here. Nice putt. I remember that one. That got me good because I really did think that was going in. But again, 2 putts, keeping the average putts nice and down. This was actually, again, hybrid in my hand. This was my favorite shot of the entire day. I've not been able to hit draws for the last 2-3 months. I started the challenge with great draws, sometimes hooks, but great draws. And now it's just my whole game's been fades. But today I've been drawing the ball nicely. Again, you've probably seen in the last couple of shots, my approaches from like 50 yards to 20 yards, they're much more confident now. I'm not having like thin shots, fat shots. They're just going where they're supposed to go. Again here, another nice little draw, hybrid in hand. I didn't need that extra distance from the driver at the risk of how narrow this hole is. Here we took, it was either a 6 or a 7 iron. This was one of my most aggressive shots of the day because there's a lake down on the left, but it actually played out so well. I went a little bit long, but trusting my club choice there has helped me out a lot. This here, not the greatest putt in the world. I think this is the first time I've 3 putt today, but that's just out of momentum catching up with me. And I thought, you know, I've seen the scorecard, I'm doing super well, and it's kind of panicked me a little bit. So on the 9th hole here, this is where you see me start to fatigue a little bit. It's really, really super hot. And those last couple shots there are just me completely fatigued. And I was worried about it. And then this shot, out of this rough little bit, this gave me massive amounts of energy because it was probably my best shot of the day, approach-wise. It just came out and super close. I mean, I've 2-putted it, but what can you do about that? Well, obviously improve the putting. But here, fatigue is now setting in a bit more. I'm like kind of up and down at this point, up and down, up and down. But then I hit this fantastic approach shot, and this again, it's just what's helping my game out so much. I can't stress enough how important it is to practice the short game. So we've actually, terrible start on the par 3, still managed to get a par there. Here, again, taking the hybrid, just being aware that this course, the fairway actually slopes left to right. So there's big danger. If you're slicing it, it's just going to roll off out of bounds. Just missed that tree there with that hybrid shot as well. But this was a great par 5 for me. Just clean, slow, steady swings. Green and reg. Just got a bit underconfident with the putting there, which is another issue that I'm facing at the moment. It's just when the pressure adds up and I'm doing well, you'll see it, my putts always start going short, always. Here, another par 3, we've hit it miles out of bounds. So we're going again for 3 off of the tee here. Similar thing, I hit it, it's coming a little bit right and it actually bounces on those rocks in the background and goes basically right next to it, and then I tap it in for a bogey. Probably wasn't deserved, I probably deserved to get higher than that, but you know, it's one of those days where luck was on my side, so we take that. Here's probably the first challenging shot of the day. I don't think I did that bad, hitting it basically out of a bush. And then trying to approach the green here for 3. And then we just get behind it in here. I don't think I should have took the putter here because there was basically a load of grass piled up behind it and I just couldn't get it through and ended up just whacking it miles away. But then fantastic putt, which you can see like really brought my spirits up. Now here, awful shot. So it basically just comes out at a right angle, hits that tree at the right in the distance, lands basically at the bottom of it and just rolls down into this pin here, which was like 20 yards in front of the tee box. But then we've picked up a hybrid and just smashed it close to the green. Again, chip shots, see, these would get me before. Here I'm nice and confident just going up and over the danger, whereas I went for a patch of like being bad and just going to the complete right. But obviously I've been able to get fairly close to this and then 2-putt. Here, this hole is my kryptonite. So it's a long par 5. It's fairly narrow in parts with OB on the left. But I've hit a good drive. and a phenomenal hybrid close. Here I've got my 52 degree in hand. This green is super hard, by the way, because it's basically a double tiered green, and if it rolls back, it rolls into massive trouble. You either go into those bunkers or you're taking another wedge up. Here I've missed the birdie shot and then tapped it in for par. Super happy with that. You can see I'm so happy, it's giving me confidence for the next one, where I've just basically hybrid here, straight down into the fairway. Almost went a little bit too long, but it was decent. And then I think again, another hybrid up. I've gone just to the right of the green. You'll see this in my game. As I get tired, what you'll notice is I start to get bigger and bigger fades that turn into slices. And I think it's because my body gets a bit lazy and it starts throwing the club over the top. This is when I know, this is a mental note of mine, that I know when I'm fatiguing. And you can see this here, I top the ball. I haven't had a shot like that all day. The heat's getting to me. So again, taking accountability, get back in the cart, hydrate, electrolytes, proper snacks, fruit and nuts, just to bring myself back up. And I'm holding myself together nicely here. This is where I'd usually be crumbling again now, in a nice 2-putt. So this could have been a terrible hole, could have got my head down, but I just carried on really well. Here, I can go over the lake with a driver, but it's not guaranteed. So all I've done here, you can see the success because I wanted to play it safe. I played it safe, I took a 6-iron into the fairway, and now I'm taking another 6-iron all the way up to the green. And actually a green and reg on this hole was the best I've ever done on this hole. This putt was phenomenal. I was so happy with basically the lag putt here. And then this gets to me massively. It's the confidence again. It's like this momentum where I'm like doing well, and then it comes short every time. We've actually ended up shooting 85, which is the best score we've got on camera so far during this challenge. And the handicap has dropped down to a 16.0. This is a hard course as well. Like, this is a really hard course. I think for me, the best I've ever shot on this course before was 92. So all of the training that I've been doing has had a massive impact in helping me drop down. And again, taking accountability for the things that I can control with the nutrition around the course, the mental training, how I see it, taking accountability for the bad shots, hydration. This all really added up and really helped. Let me know if you've got any tips for me on like how to improve. I'm always looking to improve. This was day 275 of the challenge to go from 24 handicap to scratch in 1 year. And if you want, I've created a free golf community. I'll put the QR code up here if you're watching it on your TV, or the links in the description. But I've basically reached out to a bunch of sponsors, and each month we can all compete together to lower our handicaps in 3 different categories. You've got low, medium and high handicap, and the winner of each category will win a prize each month. Last month it was Vice golf balls, and this month is sponsored by Club Hats. So they'll be giving away one of their head covers to 3 people who drop their handicap the most in the community. It's completely free to join. It's a great place to ask questions about golf, to share your golf swing, ask for opinions. I just wanted to add a bit more of a community aspect of really grinding and bringing your handicap down, and just make it a bit more rewarding as well. So if you fancy it, links in the description below. And a massive thank you for watching this video. If you could subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. It really supports me on my mission. And thank you to everybody who's joined our YouTube membership as well in supporting this channel.